To jump a bit now, you are basically a man of literature. English literature, Hindi literature is something that's been the cornerstone of your life,
Yeah.
and that
But
explains
I
your.
studied English literature. Hindi, uh, I read English literature in college, and Hindi was a language which I was fond of, and a little bit of Urdu. So I read
Right,
that
right.
as independently.
Yeah. So no, let me ask you this: the very first song that you wrote was for the movie Chalte Chalte, 1976, right?
The song was actually recorded in '74.
Okay. Oh, that earlier than that. Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me then, if was that the first song that you wrote?
'74 or '75. Yeah, yeah,
Something else. Oh, that was the first
yeah,
song that you wrote.
yeah.
Because it's an iconic song. You know, you've been identified as Amit Khanna, Chalte Chalte Mere Geet. So I want to dwell a bit on that. What prompted you to come up with a construct like that?
Oh, it was very intuitive. The producer of the film, the actor, was Bhisham Kohli, who was Devsav's nephew, and he used to hang around. And he was starting his first production, and he'd originally taken R.D. Burman as the composer, and Pancham was a friend of his. So Pancham was very busy. So he said, I'm not getting the date because this was a small film. So he decided to switch to Lakshmikant Pyare.
Okay.
And again, Pyare was his friend. So he went there, and then again he found the same problem because both R.D. Burman and Lakshmikant Pyare were so busy in those days that he was wanting, he was in a hurry, you know,
Hmm.
because to get his songs recorded, and he wanted to begin shooting, etc. Anyway, so finally, Bappi Lahiri had met me a couple of times with his father and mother, and had come, in fact, one day to Navketan and sung some songs, uh, and which he said. So I was going to arrange a meeting with Dave Samak. So not with the idea. I said, we have R.D. Burman working here, and I see no reason at the moment to switch. But yes, I will see that you do get to meet Dave Samak. So during this time, so one day the solo came to me, says, I'm fed up and I'm not getting the time from first I left Pancham, and now LP is not giving me time. So what should I go? I said, there's a young boy who's come from Calcutta, and he's, I think, very talented. Why don't you meet him? So he said, okay, I'll meet him. Come. So I called up Bappi Lahiri, and I said, I'm going to bring what are you doing? I said, can you come to our Navketan office in the afternoon? He said, yes, yeah, I'll come. So they came, and so I called Bhisham over in the afternoon, and in the office he sort of sang a few melodies,
Hmm.
uh, and he was singing some dummy words. So this film was titled Chalte Chalte. So the dummy words were sounding odd. So I just wrote some lines, and I said, why don't you sing this? So he sang, and then Bhisham got excited. He says, this is just the theme of my film. And Bappi Lahiri and his father said, Arey, aap to bahut acha likhte hain, and all that, the usual stuff.
Right,
So it
right.
was decided that we'd meet the next evening. And we went over, and Bhisham said, yeah, he's the guy, we'll take him. So in the very first m- meeting which we had in Bappi's house, he used to stay in a small flat in off Pali Hill in the fishing village of Chuim. I
Right.
still remember. And we went there up the rickety stairs, and he's and I went with him, and I wrote Chalte Chalte in just sort of off the cuff
Right.
on his melody. And the same night he composed another song which was inspired from raindrops are
Yeah.
falling on my head,
Dur dur tum
which was
karte
Dur
rahe.
Dur Tum Rahe. And I
Ji.
wrote that song also.
Right.
And that's how I sort of became a lyricist, because then they said, oh, you're writing so well, so why don't you stick on?
I see.